Thing you may not know about me is I have my master's and bachelor's degree in engineering, and I am going to go over all the things that you learn in engineering school that help me become a better entrepreneur. Number one is the problems never get easier. You just get used to how hard they are. So this was the number one thing. Every time I was in engineering school, everyone would always say, oh, it gets easier junior year, it gets easier senior year. But here's the key, it never got easier. As an entrepreneur, you get paid to solve other people's problems. As an engineer, you just solve problems. So when I became an entrepreneur, I just focused on solving the problem. And this is the thing, it doesn't matter if year one, shit was hard. Year 5, still is shit hard. Still, stuff is still hard. But it's because of my engineering background that I'm used to how hard this stuff is. I never expect it to be easier. And I think every time I do a social media binge, or if I'm doing like a movie marathon, I get romanticized with the 90s montage or the movie montage of like this person glowed up and it was so easy for them. And I forget what real life is like, that it's supposed to be this gross journey that's supposed to be hard, that you're just gonna solve problems all day, every day. And stop expecting the problems to be easier and expect your capacity to grow to solve hard problems. So what might have taken you 90 days to figure out still might take you 90 days, but there won't be so much mental and emotional drama around figuring out the problem. Number 2 is you need to ask for help. As an engineer going into entrepreneurship, in engineering school, I always needed help. In entrepreneurship, I still always need help. So there's no such thing as becoming a millionaire or becoming a very successful entrepreneur on your own. As an entrepreneur, you need clients, which means you need to work with people. And one of the things I never got, and that I hear a lot of people say, is that they hate working with people, or they hate people in general. And I'm like, that is the fastest way for you to be broke, because people are how you're going to build your business. People are how you're going to get help. And in engineering school, we always had a saying like, you cannot master everything. So you would always look for help, whether that was going in for office hours, whether that was borrowing someone in another class to help me with different subject matter. And this leads to number 3. Other people are your secret weapon. I'm not gonna lie, engineering school is hard. Entrepreneurship is hard, but others are my secret weapon. One of the things that I really pride myself on was building teams of people. So even with my first 9 to 5, I would take someone that was really good at creativity and someone that was really good at event planning and another person that was really good at learning the really esoteric things about engineering for my 9 to 5. And the same thing with my business. I have to look for the best of the best in different categories, right? So I'm always looking for a really good graphic designer for a rebrand. I'm always looking for a really good business coach to help me expand my brand. And that is your secret weapon. You don't get really good at what you do until you see the path of how people are the other masters of their subject. One of my favorite sayings is, we are all copying each other. Take your favorite artist, right? Whether it's Warhol or controversial as Picasso, those artists copied a lot of other artists until they were able to put their own spin on things. There's nothing new under the sun. So as a entrepreneur, you're pretty much copying other people until you become your own version of the artist. I would say in the beginning, I pretty much copied my business coach's strategy, then I copied my graphic designer strategy, then I copied the more people I kept hiring, I kept adding on what they taught me into my business. Same thing. Others are your secret weapon to build up your skill set. Or number 4, it's okay to fail. You will fail a lot. Again, just like in engineering, be okay with it. Stop expecting the journey to be perfect. It's going to be messy. You don't have to be perfect. And this is actually the perfect time. I will always say, I'm glad that I made so many of my mess ups early on, and I still continue to mess up, but I don't let it keep me down as much. So what a mistake I might have made a couple years ago, I would be beating myself up about it for 2 or 3 months. It would be in the back of my head. I would be guilting myself, shaming myself. Now, what I noticed after hanging out with different types of entrepreneurs is you make a mistake and you get back up quickly. What might have taken me 3 months of just beating myself up about now takes me maybe a week or 2. I'm like, all right, I made a mistake. It feels like shit, but okay, now I need to get up and move on and do the next thing. So those are all of the things I learned in engineering school that helped me become a good entrepreneur. And yeah, this degree probably cost over $150,000 if you didn't get any scholarships. So this is everything I learned and how I transitioned into entrepreneurship. Okay, good luck, guys.